Hi, I'm Katie. I teach others about openness in foster care and adoption, and I am a children's book author who writes about tough topics that are hard to talk about with kids. Things like my very first book in this series, which is called Sly, and Sly is exploring substance use disorder and addiction. And my goal with this series is to create books that are engaging and fun and interesting for kids to read and are really informative and help kids today learn a lot more about topics that are really relevant. For example, did you know that every year nearly 50 million Americans struggle with substance use disorder or addiction? With that number, there are many kids out there who know someone, who probably loves someone who struggles with substance use disorder. And I myself, as someone who grew up with someone I loved dearly who struggled a lot with substance use disorder, and it was very hard as a kid to understand what was going on. And so I'm here today to talk to you about why I need your help. So this is Sly. Sly is this nefarious little creature who is exemplifying addiction. So if you could think about Sly, he's this nasty little guy that wants to get in your brain, and once he gets in your brain, he changes everything around so that all you want is more Sly. All the things you used to care about, like school and hygiene and eating the right foods and taking care of yourself, and if you're a parent, taking care of your kids, all that goes out the window. And what Sly wants you to focus on is getting more Sly. And so he just takes over the controls of your brain and gets you to have that singular focus. And in that way, I want kids to understand that's how substance use disorder starts. It starts with trying something and your body likes it, and then all of a sudden you blink and that has become your sole focus in life, is getting more of that. And so why do I need your help? Well, I need your help because right now Sly needs to get into the hands of families everywhere. Families who are struggling with a loved one with substance use disorder, families who don't know how to have these conversations with their kids, foster families who are caring for kids whose parents are struggling significantly with substance use disorder such that the child can't live with their family, adoptive families who have children who have been impacted by loved ones struggling with substance use disorder. Again, 50 million Americans are struggling every year with substance use disorder, and 8 million kids have a parent that has substance use disorder or addiction. And so with those numbers, we need to get Sly out there so that parents and caregivers can have those important conversations with kids to help them understand this topic. And this topic is hard to talk about. This is not a topic that parents want to be having with their kids. You don't want to talk about horrible things like becoming addicted and overdose and relapse and recovery and all of these words. It's really hard to have these conversations. And because I know that, because I'm a parent too, that's why I wrote this book. And so I need your help to get Sly printed so that we can get Sly out in the mail and sent to all the people who need him, who need to learn about him. They don't need him. Nobody needs Sly. But this book, people need this book. And this is something I need your help to do. And so that is why this Kickstarter is here. I need your help to get the book printed so that we can get the book going out to everyone who needs a copy. And I invite you to join me on this journey. I really appreciate any level of support you give me. And just know that together we are going to tackle the tough topics. We are going to make sure our kids have these conversations so that they know these important things, that they are equipped to navigate being a teenager, a young adult, and eventually a fully grown up adult and likely a parent. We need them to have the information and skills to navigate these tough topics in an informed way so that they know about the topic and they have a good understanding so that they can make good decisions for themselves and those they love. And so thank you for joining me, and together we are going to do great things. We are going to get these books into the hands of the kids and the families and the teachers and the substance use disorder counselors and everyone who needs them. And so thank you again.